So when you think about price, a lot of things come into play, whether it's going to be the place that you perform, the size of audience, and the entertainer, speaker, or comedian, musician, whatever it may be. For me, I'm a magician. I've been performing for 17 years, so my prices are going to be a little bit higher than they would be if I was down here performing for 5 years. The venue is going to matter because if I'm performing in a small, quiet room of about 50 people, then I won't need a big sound system that I would if I was performing for 300 or 400 people. As well as the routines and the tricks that I perform don't need to be as big or as grand a scale as if I was performing for that smaller audience. So a lot of things come into play. Now, the size of audience is important because, like I said, that's going to determine what routines I perform and how I'm going to portray those routines so everybody can enjoy them at the same time. The other thing is the age of the audience. That's going to determine what routines that I perform and make sure that they flow smooth throughout the entire show. The type of event, whether it's a fundraising event, a company holiday party, or just something fun, or even a ticketed show. Those things are going to vary the price a little bit because if it's a fundraising event, I want to make sure that you're not going to risk losing any money, and we can talk about that and work with each other on that to make sure that we both benefit from this without any risk. Compared to if it's a company holiday party, then that price is going to be a little bit different because I know that you are not going to profit from this event, and it's just going to be purely entertainment or even a public speaking thing like I do as well. So those things are going to vary a little bit based on what I perform, how I perform them, and the time and prep that it takes to do it. Now, if I'm performing a larger show, the setup time is going to be more compared to if I'm doing a small show for 50 people, the setup time is going to be a lot less. So if I am performing for a large audience, I need to arrive at the venue probably 3 hours before the audience arrives, so that way I can do all of my sound checks and make sure everything is 100% and then get out of your way. So when I quote you a price and you question for an hour show, you're really paying for the 17 years experience, which doesn't have a huge factor, but that's just trust that you're going to get a great show of somebody who knows what they're doing. But I'm also going to be planning and prepping the show the day before at least, if not before. That usually takes a couple hours. So let's just say 2 hours on that. The drive time, on average, hour and a half, 2 hours. And then the setup time, which usually takes about an hour and a half total, just to make sure everything's in place and my music and sound is good, as well as my microphones. And then waiting for the performance, because I'm always on site, because I know an event doesn't always go as planned as when it comes to schedule. The performance, the teardown, coming back to my home and putting everything away and packing and make sure everything is good for the following shows. So when you get a pricing for an hour show, you're not just getting quoted for an hour, you're really quoting the entire day, because that's what it takes essentially for me. Now, I understand that you don't want to pay somebody for a full hour that you're not getting that value out of. So trust me when I say, when you book me for an event, you get me the entire day, whether it's me planning and setting up, arriving early to make sure that your guests do not get disturbed by me carrying stuff in, carrying stuff out, and doing my sound checks, and then I am on site, on call, whenever you are ready for a show. Because, like I said, I know there's been some shows where I've been scheduled to perform at 8 o'clock, I arrive at 4, I get set up, guests arrive at 5:30 or 6 to eat dinner, and then the performance is supposed to be at 8 o'clock or 7 o'clock, and people speak, they go longer, the food runs a little bit late, whatever it may be, and I don't perform until 9 o'clock. Now, there's not an extra fee there. Some people would be upset, charge you an extra fee for being late and keeping them away, but no. All this is just a flat fee because I am there for you the entire day. That gives you a little bit of peace of mind that no matter what happens, no matter what the situation, that I am going to be present and on call to start at a moment's notice, whether that be early or late. So along with that, you got to remember that you're not just paying for the hour, you're paying for the years of experience, the time, the prep, the setup, the travel, whether or not I need a hotel room, all these different things, and then the performance, the setup, the teardown, security of knowing that the sound is going to be perfect, and just having everything I need myself without needing any special requirements from you or the venue. So that's a quick overview of the pricing. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me. My email is here and my phone number is there. And you can call, text, email, like I said, and I'm always going to be available. And we can always talk pricing, because no matter who you are or what your budget is, I believe everybody deserves great entertainment. And through my 17 years experience, I can guarantee you I can provide that.